Usually, meditating on something is an opponent to something else, often. So if we meditate on compassion, it reduces our hatred or anger and bitterness. If we meditate on wisdom, it reduces our ignorance of the way things exist. If we meditate on giving, wishing for others to have things, creating a determination to give our time, our love, our things to others, then that is an opponent to miserliness. We might think we're not miserly, but when we pass somebody in the road who's sleeping rough and we think, how much shall I give them? Then we can check with those sorts of situations, is there a bit of miserliness there? If we get an email asking us to donate and we want to, that little thought in our mind, how much shall I give? It's not suggesting we give everything, but it's a check, is there some miserliness there? Do we freely give things all the time without any resistance? You may do. It might be a lovely trait you've got. But these meditations are of opposites, of opponents, if you like. And meditating on love is an opponent to non-acceptance. So if we completely accept someone, we have love for them. It's very simple. It's not the sort of Chris de Burgh kind of love, that sort of romantic pop song love, because every other song about love in pop songs is about how much it hurts. And true love that is, at its basis, acceptance, wishing for others to be happy, and accepting them, doesn't hurt, never hurts. It's the opponent to pain, actually, and the opponent to mental anguish that arises when we want others to be different from the way they are. And we probably want most people to be different from the way they are to some degree, particularly family. So we often want family to be different from the way they are. And meditating on love with our family is often the last thing we feel like doing, particularly those family members who we find irritating or annoying. And we find them annoying because we want them to be different from the way they are. If we don't want them to be different, if we accept them as the way they are, what they do may still be inappropriate, may still be inexcusable, may not be healthy at times. And we have an autonomous choice in any situation. Do I want to be in this situation or not? And there's ramifications of being in it or not, and to the degree that we're in it or not. So this is an internal practice. It's not advice and guidance on what to do in external relationships. What it does is act as an opponent to that bit of our mind that wants them to be different. So we can accept someone as they are, love them, but not find their actions of body, speech and mind acceptable, and we may choose to distance ourselves. But with that love, with that acceptance, just there isn't that impetus to want to tell them off, to want to go, you know what you need to be like, or what you do that winds me up is, or that's really annoying, why can't you be like da da da, why can't you be like them? And that protects us from losing our cool, and it protects them as well from us losing our cool. And it's not the sort of thing that is a magic bullet, magic trick. It's almost like drip, 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 like a stalactite forms or a stalagmite forms. Over and over again, if we meditate on developing love towards a particular person, and we take them as the object of our meditation over a period of time, then that relationship fundamentally changes. Actually, I need to be careful with the words. The relationship might not change. The emotional response occurs without the same level of frustration. So it can all go a bit belly up at home, or at your auntie's, or at your son's, or your grandma's, or wherever it is. But there isn't the same level of, there isn't the anger there. There isn't the anger there the same way. We can be frustrated still with the actions, but we can still love the person. So what we're doing is, in that relationship with that person, we have attachment. We have desirous attachment, which means we want them to be different from the way they are. We want them to make us happy, just like we want chocolate to make us happy, or we want the TV to make us happy, or we want the next app to make us happy, or we want our new activity to bring us happiness. We want people to bring us happiness, and when they don't, we get frustrated, or we get hurt and upset. So love is literally, I wish for you to be happy. It's the opposite of, I want you to make me happy. Sometimes we sort of fall head over heels in love with someone, and then when the cracks start to appear, that can be really quite painful, because behind it was an uncontrollable desire, a wish for them to make us happy, and all of a sudden they're not putting the toilet lid down, or they're not squeezing the toothpaste at the end, or they're not putting something away where it should go. They've put something in the wrong alphabetical order in the book rack or the CD rack. Or does anyone use CDs anymore? I think they've gone out, and they stopped using that one, maybe. Filing things in the wrong place on the... Don't worry if you do, I do as well. We can be retro together. Okay, so we're going to do the breathing meditation, the body relaxation. And then we'll take a few moments break, and I'll set this up, because otherwise 50 minutes is quite a long time to meditate in one go. We can do it, but it's quite a long time, and I think there's no point in trying to feel like it's hard work. You know, we don't want to meditate to feel like we're at work. We want to meditate like this is a special, different thing in our life that brings us peace, and is literally feels like an oasis in a desert, something like that, a place of calm, a situation of calm. And if that works for you over an hour or 50 minutes, fine. If it works 2 hours, fine. If you find after 10 minutes your mind starts to get dull and cloudy and drift off, fine, do it for 10 minutes, do it for 8 minutes. Better to do it for 5 minutes and really enjoy it and get benefit than to do it for 20. Then we'll do it for 20 minutes every day and then get, so you don't enjoy it, and then you'll stop doing it. And also, if you do that, it'll tend to be seen as just another activity on the to-do list, and it's not. This is about you spending time enjoying some peace, which is really rare and beautiful when we get it. Okay, so in the class we sit with our feet comfortably on the floor in front of us, hands up or down on our palms, in our lap, however you feel it's comfortable to have your hands and your arms. However you position your arms and hands, do it in a way that it helps your back to feel comfortably straight. If your shoulders start to come forwards and downwards, which can often happen in meditation, it just means that your mind will naturally start to become a bit more dull, and you'll lose where you're at easier. If we have our back bolt upright, then it becomes an unpleasant experience. So just nicely relaxed. We breathe just through our nose, so we gently keep our mouth closed, breathe just through the nostrils. We can rest our tongue against the back of the front upper teeth if we wish. That's the tip of the tongue. We can just rest it against the back of the upper front teeth. If it's uncomfortable, don't do it, but it does aid. Stops the mouth from drying out too much or getting too wet. Just limits distractions. We can tuck our chin in just a little so the crown of the head is up. This helps to keep good posture, keeps the flow uninterrupted in our body, so that, again, we can feel more alert. So we're now in a meditation posture. Some meditation traditions and sects and religions, they put a great deal of onus on the body position. I've really never found it to make a blind bit of difference, to be honest, other than laying down. Makes me feel more sleepy. And I suppose if you're doing very, very subtle meditations, it can make a big difference. But generally, the sort of meditations I teach, it doesn't make much difference at all. So when you're at home, just get into a position you feel comfortable and steady in. Now please set an intention to let go of all the things you've ever been told for the last amount of time you've been on this earth. I don't mean dismiss it, I mean just gently put it down. Meet these moments afresh, so that you can do your own personal inquiry, your own personal experience counts for everything. We can then test our mind ourselves. In doing so, we develop strong confidence in the way it works and the way it doesn't work from our own direct experience. This brings wisdom, compassion, and confidence. And it isn't complicated, it's simple. We can also set an intention to meditate for ourselves and for others, so that we have a wish to benefit our own future happiness and the happiness of others from our actions tonight. We never know how keeping a peaceful state, or even just keeping a lid on our anger in a positive, mindful way, we never know how much benefit that's going to give others. And if we lose our anger, then we start again. We don't set ourselves up for perfection. We are what we are in any moment. We can also set a determination to enjoy it. Give ourselves permission to not have to be good at this or bad at this or frustrated by it, whatever. We can just let those things go as thoughts as well. They're just thoughts. They can come and they can go. Just commentary. So very briefly, we're going to meet with ourselves. Please bring your awareness to your body. Please notice this body in this chair. how it appears to you. Please try to accept this body as it is. Just very briefly, if you can't change something right now, why worry? We can't change our body right now, so for now we can just accept it as it is. It keeps us alive. It's our vehicle for life. We can learn to accept it little by little. Please bring your awareness now gently to your thoughts. Observe the passage of thoughts as they come up and fade away again. At some point one will probably grab you and take you on a little train of thought and then flip you out, and then just once again find the thoughts and observe them. Nothing more, nothing less. And finally, having observed and met with our body and our thoughts, we can meet with our feelings, or not, as the case may be, and please don't judge yourself if your feelings aren't present for you right now. The exercise itself is very helpful anyway, so just go with it. Bring your awareness into your abdomen, somewhere usually between the seat and your throat. Are some feelings. Dissatisfaction, contentment, anger, love, compassion, wisdom, jealousy, all these different states of mind sometimes arise. Just gently observe what's here right now. We can develop love towards our feelings in as much as we can accept the feelings little by little. Very easy to reject our feelings which are part of us, reject part of us. We can practice inner strength, inner resilience, inner composure, inner equanimity towards whatever feeling is there. Just observe it and don't wish to reject it or change it. Even for a few moments, this can start to change our lives. The less emotion disturbs us, the more peace we naturally have. So we've now met with ourselves, met with our body, our thoughts, our feelings. If you've met with your soul, well done. Please show me where mine is. I've never found it yet. I think it's a healthy thing to look for the soul. It's often talked about in this exercise of meeting with ourselves. We can, at home, see if we can determine what the soul is. Is it like the arm? Is it like feelings? Is it like thoughts? And then we can decide whether we want to believe in a soul. Is it present, so therefore it's undeniable? Is it absent, and therefore questionable? Is it something we actively want to have faith in as an object? Or is it something we want to remain unsure about or reject? All of our choices. It's really nice, having been told about the soul for so long, quite nice to go and look for it. Now we're going to bring our awareness gently to our face, start to relax our body. Please bring your awareness to your jaw muscles, allow any tightness to relax. Bring your awareness to your face in general, allow your face muscles to relax. Don't need to hold a particular facial expression. Imagine the space between the eyebrows widens a little, becomes spacious, relaxed and wider. Just imagine this space where the third eye is just starts to become supple and spacious. Now we're going to relax our limbs. Please bring your awareness to your left shoulder. Scan gently through all the way down to the ends of the fingertips, looking for any tension, trying to observe any tension. If you find any, let it go. Allow the arm and the hand and the fingers to relax. Give them a break. Now we can do the same on the right side, from the right shoulder down to the fingertips. Scan through. If you find tension, loosen it. Keeping the back comfortably straight. Now bring your awareness to your left hip. Do the same exercise with the left hip, left leg, left feet and toes, and the same with the right. Leave you for a few moments to scan through them, allow them to relax. So we do this with a mind that's like silk, like clean silk. It's clean, fresh, very light and alert. Without straining our awareness. It will do what you want it to do anyway. So you don't need to strain it. So now please bring your awareness to your shoulders. Notice that you've moved your awareness to your shoulders just by setting the intention to do so. Now we're going to relax the shoulders and the neck. Imagine warm summer sunshine like we've been having in the last few days, beating down on the shoulders and the neck, making the muscles supple and relaxed, and the arms resting under their own weight, back comfortably straight. Now we're going to do something called black and gold breathing. It's a way of relaxing, preparing the mind for the breathing meditation. So please imagine all of your future pains, worries, fears, anxieties, sadness, all manifest in the form of swirling thick black smoke inside of your body cavity. So we create an image of all of this future suffering. Naturally, we want to get rid of suffering. So recognizing that, with three steady deep out breaths, we visualize this thick black smoke and all the future suffering bound up in it, billowing out of the nostrils into the far distance. Please allow your imagination to create this. And then after your third deep out breath, imagine all of the black smoke's gone and bring your breathing back to its normal rhythm. Now, keeping our breathing normal and relaxed, our back comfortably straight, arms and legs relaxed, visualize beautiful sparkling golden light coming in, streaming in through the nostrils. And it start to spread out through the body and the mind, making the body and the mind feel more refreshed, lighter, more positive, and ready for meditation. So please enjoy visualizing, breathing in this beautiful golden light. Visualize it pervading more and more of the space of your body and mind. Allow it to make you feel alert and uplifted. With the last few breaths, imagine your whole body and the vast space of your mind receive all of this beautiful sparkling golden light, and you feel lighter and ready for meditation. Okay, now please gently bring your awareness to the flow of breath as it comes in, down into the lungs, and back out again. So we can breathe well, breathe like a restful baby in a cot. Allow the stomach muscles to relax. We breathe in naturally, deeply, and breathe out again. Bring your awareness into the nostril linings. Notice within the nose, there's a cool and a warm sensation that constantly changes with our relaxed, gentle breathing, gentle full breathing. Just observe the cool sensations, observe that that stops. There's a period of an absence of cool, then there's warm sensations, then there's an absence of warm, and on and on. This simple exercise calms the mind. Please enjoy it. Now we bring our awareness to its final destination in this breathing meditation, which is the rims of the nostrils. We'll find the same cool and warm experience going on as we breathe in and out. Keep your awareness gently but clearly on the rims of the nostrils. Try to find where it's most cool and it's most warm and stay with those points. They may change. Be awake in each moment to it being in a different place. Allow that curiosity to help you stay in the moment. At some point your mind will wander away and flip back into the present moment, and your only effort in this practice of peace is to re-find these cool and warm sensations, which are not difficult to find. Please rest, please enjoy it. Every now and again we can check very subtly, am I still doing it? If your mind feels like it's getting busier, you're probably trying a little too hard. Just try less hard. If you're feeling drowsy, apply a little extra effort. Strengthen the concentration. For a long time, we tend, as a meditator, to fluctuate between the two. Mental excitement and mental sinking, that's normal. We're not trying to be perfect. We trust that the process brings peace, not being perfect, but the process brings peace. So for the next minute or so, please try to enjoy the experience. Feel comfortable in your chair. Enjoy the peace you have. And just fully give in to observing the cool and warm sensations at the rims of the nostrils. Breathing well. Before we come out of this first meditation, we can do a couple of things that can be very helpful. Please practice these at home if you can. It will help a lot. The first is to just enjoy for a moment this peace that's arisen. It doesn't matter how much or little, if there's some there, please practice enjoying the taste of peace, the sense of peace. So we're going to do nothing for the next 30 seconds other than just practice resting in the peace. And the final bit is to practice encouraging ourselves. So in meditation we can do this by rejoicing in the fact that we've practiced peace. So we can try to just allow ourselves to feel pleased, to feel happy, to rejoice for the next 30 seconds or so. It's a beautiful thing to sit in a group or on our own and practice peace. Please allow yourself to feel happy about it. Encourage yourself. Okay, so those last two little bits don't have to take very long, but they can really help us to want to meditate again. Okay, when it feels comfortable, allow your eyes to gently open. Remain calmly aware of the peace within until it fades. If you want to stay with your eyes closed because you're in that sort of zone, which I am aware that can happen, it's beautiful. If you want to stay in that zone, then feel free to keep your eyes closed and just listen to the setup for the second meditation. Thank you. Okay, so the function of meditative concentration is to bring peace. That's what it does. It does what it says on the tin. So when I say meditative concentration, what I mean is concentrating on an object that functions to naturally bring our mind to peace. We could concentrate on something that winds us up, and it'd do the opposite. The breath, love, compassion, gratitude, all these different states of mind are well known to bring the mind to a sense of peace. Okay, so meditating on love, if you want to be brave, if you're ready and you feel ready to meditate with someone who it's a little bit prickly at home, or family or extended family, friends, feel free. If that feels a little bit far away at the moment, then just do it with someone or something that feels easy. If you're in a really bad mood, do it with, imagine your puppy or your dog or your best friend or whatever it is. It's up to you. You find where it feels right to do this. So don't forget, it's about enjoying it. And it can be enjoyable to meditate where there's resistance. Because if you do it a few times, you start to recognize like the transformative power of meditation in those relationships, or just want to do it again in relation to that person. So don't be afraid to do this for a little period of time where there's some resistance, because all that's happening is that the attachment is coming down. We're cleaning out the attachment and we're leaving the love there. And to transform relationships, there's going to be some resistance, because there's that attachment that doesn't want to do it. It feels like they don't deserve it. They haven't given me what I want, which is to make me happy. Therefore, they aren't worthy of this practice. There's always going to be a bit of that in the mind, with someone where there's benefit to be had. I just briefly want to speak about how to meditate with objects of meditation. So if we're trying to generate love, then unless we walk through the door blazing with love, in which case you don't need to be here anyway, there's more love to be had. And to invoke it, we need a mechanism to invoke it. And there's different mechanisms to invoke different intentions or emotions or determinations or whatever. One of the ways we can invoke love is to wish for the other person to be happy. It's very straightforward, simple exercise. We wish for them to be happy. They might not feel it, it might feel false, but if we work through it and we keep wishing for them to be happy, it starts to kickstart that love inside of us, because there's an inexhaustible amount of love inside of us, an incredibly powerful amount of love inside of us. Much more love in us than there is frustration in that relationship, much more. When that love arises, the contemplation has done its bit. It's served its purpose. It's allowed us to feel some love, feel happy in our face, feel warm in our heart, just feel lighter, whatever it is. And then we just focus on that like we would with the breath. So we stop the visualization. It doesn't have to be a huge amount. It can be a nervousness to do it with a small amount in case it falls away straight away. Don't worry about that. If there's a small amount, well, you be the judge of it. You try. If you want to try and increase it, that's fine. But don't carry on for too long. After a while, drop the visualization. Focus just on the feeling, friendliness in the face, the openness of the heart, and then rest in it like we would rest with the breath, observing it. Not strangling it, but just generally feeling it. If it fades, sometimes we can just think, oh, it's faded, and we can recall it, and it comes back. We can just literally think, oh, something like, I want that back, and it comes back. Sometimes it doesn't. It's like the fire's gone out, but there's still embers. So what we do is we then visualize the person, wish for them to be happy, go through that process again, and then that fans the flames and we get that feeling of love again. Let go of the imagined person, they've done their part, we've got the feeling of love, we then come back to it as the object of our meditation. So at home we can do this for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, and what we're doing is we're just marinating our mind in that emotion, marinating our mind in that love, and it starts to, what's that beer one? It gets to parts other beers can't reach or something, Heineken is it? Something like that. It reaches parts of the meditations can't quite spit it out. I know somebody used to use that as a verb, heikenize. You know what I'm saying? It gets down deep, and it gets down deeper than we realise. It gets down much deeper than we realise. It can be quite surprising, but it's very subtle. So just get into the meditation posture. You can either choose someone to practice love towards, to enhance your love towards them, or you can allow your mind to conjure someone up. See where it goes, see what happens. Don't be afraid to challenge yourself a little bit, but you don't have to. Sometimes it's good to meditate on someone it's easy and then bring another person in, so there's as a stepping stone. By the way, that other person can be you. You can visualize yourself at some point at home. So hopefully you've got someone in front of you. You don't have to worry about the accuracy of the visualization. It doesn't really matter how far away or near, just a reasonable distance away from you, whatever feels right for you. We sit and we recognize that they wish to be happy. We can just check, do they want to be happy? Do they want to be happier than they are at the moment? Would you like for them to be happier than they are at the moment? So recognizing that there's more to be had, we simply visualize them in front of us and we wish for them to be happy. We just say it in our own mind, I wish for you to be happy. I wish for you to be even happier, whatever works for you. And we repeat this gently, a heartfelt wish. See if you can experience that heartfelt wish. When you start to feel some love, when your heart opens, feels warmer, lighter, or you just feel like you're smiling a little, whatever it is, then drop the visualization gently. Bring your awareness to this feeling this experience, and observe it gently. If the mind wanders away, come back to it. If you need to reinvigorate it, recall it. If you can't do that, redo the visualization. Create it, observe it once more. Sometimes when we visualize people, it brings up powerful stories and thoughts and themes. Just let those go if they come. Then come back to the visualization or the dwelling with the feeling of love. For the purpose of practicing in today's class, now please visualize someone else who maybe it's a little more difficult to feel love towards. You don't have to make a great big leap. Someone it's a little bit more difficult. Maybe they're just a more distant relative, longer lost friend, neighbour, family member. Bring someone else in and wish for them to be happy. Recognize that they have more capacity for more happiness, and you want that for them. Your own innate love can transcend all of the nitty-gritty everyday life problems. It can sort of blast through it if you trust it and give it that chance. Allow yourself now to just bring your awareness to your heart, to your head, wherever it feels natural for it to go. Experience that openness, that lightness, that happiness, that more peace, whatever it is. Just dwell in it for a little while. Just observe it, allow it to be here. Allow it to expand if you wish, allow it to become more expansive through your mind and your body. Now I'd like you to visualize in front of you an image of yourself at any age that feels right. You are just as deserving of love as anyone else. simply because you exist, because you have sentience. Allow that feeling of love to stay open. Recognize that this you in front of you, this aspect of you, has more capacity for happiness. Notice if there's resistance, notice if there isn't, and then wish for happiness for this representation of you. It is you. Just gently repeat a wish for your happiness, a wish for you to be happy. Allow the previously generated love to now wash over you. Allow the heart, the face to keep relaxed. Kick away any judgments, any arguments, any debates. Just let those go. Allow that love to flow. Recognize that image of you in front of you. Now please bring your awareness again to yourself, to your heart, to your face, wherever. And just rest in this feeling. Whatever feeling is there, just rest in it. If your mind wanders, come back to it. I'd like you to now imagine that this warmth and tenderness inside of you, however small it is, can expand. Allow it to imagine it expanding out of you with the wish to help others, the wish for others to be happy. We'll start with the room that we're in, the building that we're in. Allow it to come out as golden light out of your heart to touch the hearts of all the other people in the room. Beautiful, warm, loving glow coming out of your heart to others. Imagine this golden light comes out of your heart, touches all of the animals and insects around us, the people going past in cars and on bicycles, motorbikes, lorries. Imagine it spreads out into the local villages and towns. Allow your heart to open. Imagine it spreading out further and further afield to other towns and cities. Imagine it envelops the whole globe. Imagine beautiful golden light comes out from your heart. A blanket of love, warm golden light goes all around the earth. All living beings feel happy, content, and rested, relieved. Happy. Gently bring your awareness now back to the room. Become aware of your feelings. Become aware of how your body feels. Remain mindful of any positive feelings you have. Be aware of your feet on the floor, the contact of the foot and the floor, your body in your chair. And before we come out of meditation, we can dedicate this peace and love that we've created to ourselves, to our own future welfare, and to the welfare of others. I think, may everyone be happy. May everyone find contentment and relief from dissatisfaction. Then when it feels comfortable, just allow your eyes to open. Remain aware of the positive experience inside of you. Thank you.